everyone, welcome to So Lovely with Grace. If you're new here, I'm Grace. If you're returning, welcome back. Today is the 5th edition of the Discovering Denim series that I'm doing in collaboration with Lara from Sewing Up Style, Chilisa from Sew She Designs, and Osset from Osset Stitch Treasures. We're doing a 6-part collaboration on how you can incorporate denim into your makes in 2024. And today, it's vintage vibes. I'm going to give you some vintage vibes in this video. And I picked this McCall's M8402 pattern, this sheath dress with the V neckline. So I will talk to you about the pattern, about the fabric, about this beautiful embroidery that I added to it after I model it for you now. For this edition of the Discovering Denim series, I decided to go with this denim from Hobby Lobby and make this McCall's 1960s vintage shift dress. And I think it's absolutely adorable. With the theme of vintage vibes, this gives me all the vintage vibes of the 1960s. I decided, because it is very plain, to add this beautiful embroidery, this border here, and this hibiscus in the center. So we have this hibiscus design. Then with the coordinating colors, I made these earrings. These are daisies. And I also made a matching bag, which I'll show you in a moment. But let me talk about this dress. This has a V neckline with a facing. It does not have any opening in the back, so it's a pullover dress. It's just completely seamless in the back. So it's a very simple design, and it came together quick. It has the facings inside here also in the armholes. We have these beautiful French darts, really prominent, and then the side slits here at the bottom, which is very attractive. And I got these shoes on Amazon. They're very unique. They're denim, and they have these round heels. The heels on these are round. Never seen that before. You know, the chunky heels are really big, but round ones are unique. So this is the dress. I really like it. I think it fits the vintage vibes theme perfectly with this denim from Hobby Lobby. This is a great denim. It's soft, and I like the color. It's not too dark. It's not too faded. It's a great color. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the bag that I made and show how the whole look is put together. I am so addicted to my embroidery machine, so I'm always finding creative ways to coordinate embroidery into my makes. And I decided to make this little bag in the hoop project on my embroidery machine using the same colors I used for the neckline on my dress and for the earrings. So all of these have the same colors, and like I said, this is a daisy, then we have the hibiscus, and this is a rose. And this is fully lined inside. It's all in the hoop, and you have this quilting stitching here that I love. And I attach the strap, and then I have the denim in the back, so the whole look comes together. Let's see, like that. Nice little bag to carry your cell phone, lipstick, sunglasses, any little things you need, a mirror. And there's the whole look of the dress. I just think this dress would be too plain without something, an embroidery. And I've made this in the past. I made this dress, I don't even know, last year I think it was. And I made it in a ticking fabric, and I added embroidery. And I'm going to put that on Fanny and show it to you inside so I can show you. That has a square neckline, but this with the V neckline is very unique. So yeah, it might look a little boxy and roomy. Maybe I could have went down a size, but I was just concerned that I couldn't get it over my head. I really think if you want it to be a little more slimming and less boxy, is to go down a size and put in a zipper. That's probably what I should have done, but I didn't. So it still looks fine. It looks even more vintage with this size, in my opinion. So I hope you like it. Give you one more walk with the shoes and the bag. And this is my vintage vibes look. McCall's 8402 Vintage 60s sheath dress was my pattern of choice for this version of the series, and I made it in the past. I also made it with the square neckline here, as you can see that Fanny's modeling. I made a size medium in both dresses, and I might be able to go down a size if I add a zipper. Just want to let you know that. But I like it. It's very cute. This one is a ticking fabric. Ticking is very, very similar to denim. And what I did with that, of course, I added embroidery and these patch pockets, which are not part of the design, but I added them here, and I added some embroidery at the hem. And this, of course, has the same design on the side here, the opening. And I made this probably a year ago. I do have a video on it, which is fun, and I highly recommend you go check it out. Also with the dress, I did the same thing. I made a matching bag on my embroidery machine. And this is a marine vinyl, a white marine vinyl I got at Joann's with the ticking fabric, the quilting lines, the rows, and I carried the marine vinyl to the back and did the same thing. So I made this twice because I love it so much and I've worn it. I was so fortunate to be able to model this one with the ticking at the expo last year. It was great. I had a great time. But I want to talk about the denim dress. I'm going to show you the layout and my plans for how I came up with this design. I cut all the pieces for view E, which is going to have the V neckline. I have the front facing here and the front piece. As you can see, I have embroidery designs laid out. I'm planning on putting embroidery there. Then I have the back piece and the back facing. That's it for this pattern. It's pretty straightforward. So what I'm doing here is laying out some embroidery design that I want to do. I'm going to go with this one with the vine going close to the neckline, and then I'm going to do the mirror image of it on this side, but for the purpose of just for laying it out, that's not exactly how it's going to go. And then a middle hibiscus flower there. I'm thinking of doing that. I think that'll look really nice. So I'm going to play with these pieces and try it out. And of course I had to put the embroidery on before sewing up the dress, and I think it came out great. Here's a close-up of the scroll. So I embroidered this, then I did a mirror image of it and embroidered this and the hibiscus in the center. I think it came out great. These designs, the gentle hibiscus is from Embroidery Library. I'll put the link below if you're interested in it. And also the bag. This bag, I've used this time and time again. I've given it as gifts because I've made it so many times. It's from Pickle Pie Designs. Pickle Pie is one of my favorite go-to sites for in the hoop embroidery, all things embroidery, and Embroidery Library. Those two are my main. I've looked at many others occasionally, but I always end up there on those two sites. So this is a wristlet bag. It's not a regular crossbody bag, but I made it a crossbody. I put the little straps here. So let me show you a couple of segments on the construction of the bag. It's not going to be a full-blown soup to nuts from beginning to end because that would take too long, but just some highlights right now. I'm going to do a test stitch out of this hibiscus flower. It's only 3 thread colors, so it should go pretty quick. It's going to be 1.97 inches by 2.5 inches. And I picked out this no-show mesh stabilizer. So it's a cutaway, and this is a sample piece of the denim. And I'm going to stitch it out and just see how the colors look and if there's puckering or if that's a good stabilizer. That's what I'm going to do now. Next, I want to make a matching bag for this beautiful dress with this embroidery. And I like this bag pattern. It's an embroidery in the hoop project that I've made in the past, these two bags. And I want to use, for this part, the denim, just like I used denim here. I'm going to use these colors, the pink and the green, for the flower and the stem and the border here. I'm going to use this zipper, the denim, and now for this top part, I don't know, do I want to use this smooth pebble tan faux leather, or do I want to use this blue or white? I'm not sure. I'm deciding. I'm leaning towards this pebble finish faux leather. I think that'll look, but the marine vinyl is a good choice too. I used the marine vinyl here, this white, and that was really pretty. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm stitching out the rows here, and I got the zipper in, and it's coming along great. Now the bag is halfway done with the embroidery. Got the flower and the trim and the denim here, the zipper. And what I did was these D-rings for the strap are not part of the instructions. It's really a D-ring that goes here, and you could have a wristlet handle. Where I want strapped, I want, you know, bag straps. So I went on my sewing machine and made these, and then I went in the sewing machine and sewed both of these on about 2 centimeters in. So now I'm going to move on to the next step. So those were just a few highlights. I didn't go into a step-by-step. That would probably be a separate video. I don't even know if people want that, because my channel is not a sew-along or a tutorial channel. It's mostly fashion show and a coffee mug and inspiration, and just to give you some ideas of how you can be creative with different things, with your embroidery, with your fabric and your patterns, and think outside the box and push the boundaries. Because in 2025, I want to do that. I want to go beyond my comfort zone, take some risks, and have some fun. No holding back. So if you're interested in this pattern, I have the link in my description box below. What I love about Pickle Pie are the instructions. They give a lot of great instructions with great detailed images that you can follow along and you can't go wrong. So now let me talk about these earrings. Are these fun? Are these vintage groovy earrings? La la la, let's go dancing. Yeah, I'm having fun. And they're big earrings, but they're very light. They're made of thread. You can't even feel them. I sometimes don't even know they're on. They're so light. So let me give you some highlights about how I made these earrings that I got on Etsy. I found these really cool retro vintage freestanding lace earring designs, so I loaded it on my embroidery machine. Can't wait to stitch this out. I hooped this Ultra Solvate water soluble stabilizer to make the earrings, and the colors I'm using is this pink, it's like avocado green and yellow, the same colors I used to make the bag and to stitch out these flowers on the neckline. So the first earring is stitching out. So we have the top part is green, the flower is pink, and the center will be yellow. Coming down to the wire here. And once I stitch this last flower out, I'll do the yellow centers. I'm at the last color, the yellow for the center. So one thing to note is the thread should match the bobbin. So the other side is the same color. So the bobbin thread and the top thread for each color should match. How cute are these? So I punch these out. So I just need to punch these flowers out and just keep it in the hoop. It's easier that way. And just poke them out. and take them out and then assemble them. So these are the earrings. Now, for the stabilizer, the instructions say to put them in hot water, you know, dip them in, take them out. I like them a little stiffer. I noticed when I put them in the water, they were curling. You could press them, but if you want them softer, put them in the water. I'm going to take this off, show you up close, a little up close. There's the hardware I got at Walmart, and just these O-rings here. And of course the bobbins has to match the top thread because these turn and you want them to look the same on each side when you wear them. And they're very light, and I got them at Etsy. I'm going to put the link to the Etsy down below. So I hope you like my dress. I hope you got that vintage feel for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you found it informative and fun. And most of all, I hope you were so inspired.